One of the things you want to do as a landlord is to make sure that you reduce your liabilities as much as possible. And one of the ways to do this is through insurance. You need to make sure that you have adequate insurance and that you're covering all the right parties. In this video, I want to talk to you about why you should increase your limits and what I would suggest as a good limit for liability insurance. And if you have a property manager, why having that property manager as an additional insured on your policy is an important thing. The following clip is by my husband, Craig Richey, who's also an owner of our business, and he will discuss at length the differences in the types of insurance and what our recommendations are to our clients. And this is what we think is adequate to protect you and your rental property.
Hi, I'm Craig Richey. I'm here to explain why the additional insured clause is so important in your landlord policy, which has been maybe in the past a homeowner's policy, but needs to be a landlord policy when you convert your property to a rental. This has all been explained to me, by the way, by agents, a little bit by attorneys too, but more specifically by agents in the industry. So what happens in the industry is that when there is a lawsuit by a tenant or a tenant's guest claiming negligence, almost always they will sue both the property owner and the manager because they don't know who's got deeper pockets and they want to find the money for whatever the issue is. So we're likely both to get sued. What can happen in this type of suit is what's called subrogation, which is, let's say your company decides that, well, maybe there's some risk, maybe this is a lawsuit we could lose. Let's just settle it, we'll pay out the money, and then they turn around and sue us or our company for it. And it could go the other way. Our company could settle it and then turn around and sue your company. So it's not good. And oftentimes settlement is the expedient way to resolve it, even if they're not sure what the result would be. If they're not sure they could win it, they'll settle it. And that means a cash payout. So what we do with the additional insured is that we tie the two companies together. Basically, we are indirectly covering each other for this type of problem. And so what happens is that the two companies work together to fight any lawsuit, which means that they're stronger, they have shared interest, and they want to get it resolved more in our favor. They may still settle it, but at least then they know that they're sharing the cost of whatever they settle, and they know that there's nowhere else to go to fight this, and we stop it from becoming an ongoing issue for months or years to follow. So the additional insured ties us together in that way, and that's important for kind of protecting the sanity and the risk factor for both of us, puts us both in a better place. There are some companies who don't like to give additional insured coverage, and there are some companies who don't like to go to $1 million of coverage. Unfortunately, they're just not good companies to have if you own a rental property. They don't want to increase their risk to those levels, but that's very much a standard in the industry, so it's not an unusual level to have, and there are plenty of companies who will cover you. To date, we've never had a lawsuit of this sort. It's been, over 14 years. But I fully expect one could come at any time and could come in the future. I don't know of any now, but it's always a possibility. So, we are doing this understanding that the risk of this happening might be low, but the impact could be huge. If it does happen to one of us, it will happen to both of us, and the impact could be very high. So we can't waive this aspect of our contract. And more importantly, the contract is written such that you are personally guaranteeing to protect us even if you don't have the insurance. So if you don't get the insurance, or if you get it and then discontinue it later and we're not aware of that, you are still liable for protecting us, which means that if your insurance company does sue us or sues our insurance company, then you have to pay for our defense, which isn't good. Nobody wants that to happen. Our goal really is to tie everybody together and prevent that type of bickering back and forth. So hopefully that's helpful, but of course we're happy to explain further if you need any other advice. And thank you very much. Bye-bye.